Welcome to my channel. Just testing out the Blue Yeti. I got it finally hooked up. I'm in the living room recording, so I'm making this episode for the small fan base that I have that like to see my horror recommendations. So Sam in my last episode requested for an Apocalyptic version. Now I've got some good news and I got some bad news depending how you look at it. So the good news is we still have 6 movies. The bad news is they cover apocalyptic survival and revenge, because there's very few good horror movies in those 3 categories, so I put them all together. Otherwise, we're gonna have like 2 movies per episode. So, no. So, on the top of this list, we've got The Woman, which has... I could be butchering her name, so I'm sorry. Pollyanna McIntosh, which has actually been in a few horror movies, playing almost a similar role. And she's also in The Walking Dead. So, she plays here a very primal... like forest lady that lives in the wild, and she's like ruthless, and this family's trying to tame her, and yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I recommend it. Then you got Mom and Dad, which is actually a Nicolas Cage movie. A lot of people do, consider him a meme, but this is one of the few movies that I actually enjoy seeing him in. Definitely better than Ghost Rider. It's definitely worth checking out. It's, if you don't know the story's about all of a sudden, all over the world, parents want to kill their kids. So, if you're scared of your parents, you'll be more scared in this movie. Followed by The Domestics. The Domestics is definitely an apocalyptic movie, where it's after the world went to hell, and people have to survive, and they have to go out, of course. But there's no monsters in this. The only monsters in this are human beings, and how they form groups, and clans, and cults, based on remnants of old beliefs and lifestyles. It's like if you watched the Netflix Daybreak, which is actually, I love that show. I'm sad they cancelled it. It's like a proper serious scary version of it. It's I like it. It's in my collection. And 4th movie we got Hard Candy. If you don't know Hard Candy, it's actually one of Ellen Page's first movies. Ellen Page has been in quite a few movies, including Super, I think. And it's actually a good dark comedy. She plays as herself as a kid. She's a kid who's out there hunting bad men, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say anything that might get my videos demonetized on Facebook. Sorry, on YouTube. Actually, in any social media these days. When first time I saw this movie in 2005, I was blown away at her acting skills as a child. Really good. VFW is the 5th movie in the list, and it's actually quite a new movie that recently I've added it to my collection. It has Stephen Lang, and if you don't know Stephen Lang, he's been in a few good movies. One of them is Don't Breathe. He's the bad guy in Don't Breathe, the blind guy. He's also in Avatar, and he's also signed up for Avatar 2 and 3. And he has a not bad history in acting in good roles, and in movies and TV shows. But if the storyline is, especially if you're a military fan, it's a bunch of war veterans, including Stephen Lang, who hang out in this one bar. The owner is Stephen Lang himself. And suddenly they have to protect this girl from a cult of heavy drug users. So they were promised more of this addicting drug that they're all addicted to from the dealer, from the drug lord, if they get this girl. So it's a survival in an apocalyptic world where it's really fun. It's really good violence. I enjoyed it. I put it in the horror category because it is potentially realistic in the future, especially with the things are these days. Yes, that's pretty sad. So Frontiers is the last on the list. Is the 6th movie, and it's a French movie actually. And the nearest thing to describe this movie is, well, to begin with, it's 2 brothers that, 4 friends, teenagers, they leave the city. It could be Paris if I'm not mistaken. And the city has gone down to hell to riots and stuff like that. So it looks like it's in the future, apocalyptic world. People are unsettled, are unhappy, and looting and all that stuff. And then they manage to escape the city, only to wind up in a farmhouse like motel, where it's basically a French Texas Chainsaw Massacre family. So that's it for my list. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also comment what's the next list you guys want to see. I got horror comedy, horror monsters, horror found footage, horror psychological, supernatural, WTF, Japanese, Asian, Lovecraftian, zombies, sci-fi, fantasy, classic, slasher. We did cover Apocalyptic Survival Revenge today, so there'll be no more of that for a while. Body horror, horror anthologies, horror animals, and documentaries, only one, which is In Search of Darkness, which I think is an amazing documentary. Don't worry, the physical copy is right there. I have a physical copies of all the movies that I keep in my collection. I've got a physical copy of them because I like to support the creator and artist. So, again, comment, like, subscribe, stay safe, stay inside, and let me test this mic one more time. Goodbye from my channel. So anyway, just loving this mic. So yeah, don't forget to comment what's the next list you guys want to see. Have a good day. Peace out. Love you all. Also, I decided to create another channel dedicated to my gaming, which is Omar LK Gaming, and separate from this channel. So share some love. Go give a like to that channel as well. And like I said, have a good day. Enjoy. Stay safe. Stay inside.